Air. What is air? Air is the invisible mixture of gas that surround the Earth. Air contains important substances such as oxygen and nitrogen that most species need to survive. Human beings, of course, are one of those species. Sometimes the word atmosphere is used instead of the word air. Standard dry air is made up of nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, krypton, hydrogen, and xenon. It does not include water vapor because the amount of vapor changes based on humidity and temperature. Plants and animals each produce the gas that the other needs to live. Plants need carbon dioxide. People and other animals exhale carbon dioxide as a waste product. People and other animals need oxygen. Then, plants produce oxygen during an important process called photosynthesis, which turns the sun energy into nutrients.
Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process during which plants make their own food. During this process, plants transform water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide into oxygen. The photosynthesis cycle starts with plants absorbing water and mineral salts from the soil through their roots. This fluid mixture is called raw sap. Raw sap flows up the roots to the stem and travels through the rest of the plant to the leaves with the help of woody transport tissues called xylem. Carbon dioxide is absorbed through tiny pores called stomata. And right here, in the leaves, is where photosynthesis actually takes place. Leaf cells are made up by chloroplasts, which contain a pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll gives plants their green color. Chloroplasts capture light energy. Photosynthesis involves sunlight, raw sap, and carbon dioxide. During photosynthesis, raw sap becomes elaborated sap, and living tissues called phloem spread elaborated sap to the rest of the plant. This is when oxygen is released. Keep in mind that photosynthesis happens only during the day because plants need the sunlight. Don't confuse respiration with photosynthesis. Plants breathe during day and night. They absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Plants are really important for the planet. They are the backbone of life on Earth. Thanks to them, we breathe clean air because plants purify it. So now you know that you shouldn't forget to respect and look after them.
Water vapor in the air is sometimes visible as cloud. Water enters the atmosphere through the water cycle. The water cycle also brings molecules in the air into ocean, lakes, and rivers.
The water cycle, also called the hydrologic cycle, it's a continuous process that includes 5 steps. These are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, and percolation. Now, we will learn with an example. Evaporation. The water cycle starts with evaporation. It is a process where water at the surface turns into water vapor. Water absorbs heat energy from the sun and turns into vapors from the water bodies like the oceans, the seas, the lakes, and the river bodies. These are the main source of evaporation. Through the evaporation, water moves from the hydrosphere to the atmosphere. As the water evaporates, it reduces the temperature of the bodies. Condensation. In this process, water vaporizes into water vapor. It rises up in the atmosphere. At the high altitudes, the water vapor changes into very tiny particles of ice, water droplets, because the temperature at high altitudes is low. This process is called condensation. These particles come close together and form clouds and fog in the sky. In this process, changes the state of water from gas to liquid. This occurs because the water droplets combine to make bigger droplets. Also, when the air cannot hold any more water, it precipitates. At high altitudes, the temperature is low, and hence, the droplets lose their heat energy. These water droplets fall down as rain. Note: if the temperature is very low, below 0 degrees, the water droplets fall as snow. Water also precipitates in the form of drizzle, sleet and hail. Hence, the water enters lithosphere. Runoff. As the water pours down, in whatever form, it leads to runoff. As water runs over the ground, it displaces the topsoil with it, and moves. Runoff is the process where water runs over the surface of Earth. When the snow melts into water, it also leads to runoff. The minerals, along with the stream. This runoff combines to form channels, and then rivers and ends up into lakes, seas and oceans. Here the water enters hydrosphere. Percolation. Sometimes, this water turns into groundwater, or water that is soaked up into the ground. This process is called percolation. Water flows downward under the layers of the soil, and then it starts again.